Hello everyone. In today's steam locomotive profile, I'm going to be doing is the Pennsylvania Railroad Class V1. This locomotive is a triplex, which means it has three driving wheels. And I know what you're thinking. It doesn't look like a steam engine, it looks like a diesel. But here's the surprise. The PRR Class V1 is a triplex steam turbine that was supposed to be built by Baldwin Locomotive Works as well as Westinghouse. It's streamlining, which was designed by Raymond Loewy. The PRR Class V1 was supposed to be a mechanical drive steam turbine locomotive, much like the Pennsylvania Railroad S2, which was built in 1944. The V1 was a triplex steam locomotive that was supposed to be built by both Locomotive Works as well as Westinghouse in the 1940s. Its streamlining was going to be designed by the famed industrial designer Raymond Loewy. The V1 triplex steam turbine was going to have boss drive between the turbine and the common shaft axles. The boiler was supposed to be used on a modified Q2, turned around with great drop down over the second lead truck, which can be compared to the Chesapeake and Ohio's M1 steam turbines. But the Pennsylvania Railroad Class V1 triplex steam turbine was never built at all. Why wasn't it built? For many reasons. Because of the PRS2, poor steaming in case of boiler pressure dropping due to the steam turbine on it consuming the steam slash fuel like crazy, which is a very inefficient design flaw. Steam turbine locomotives weren't efficient at low speeds, but they are incredible at high speeds. Plus, it was the 1940s. But there are others before it, like the Union Pacific steam turbines, which, despite having the appearance of a diesel, they are steam engines. And Chesapeake and Ohio's steam turbines also suffered the same design flaw, like the turbines consuming a lot of steam. And the Norfolk and Western's John Henry, also same problem, and a PRS2 as well, with high maintenance cost. Diesels were rapidly taking over the steam locomotives in America. The notion of investing another steam turbine wasn't a good idea. So the steam turbine had wanted buying a bunch of diesel from the EMD, as did pretty much every other railway. And in my opinion, steam turbine locomotives would have modifications and rebuilt. They would have had better. But unfortunately, in the 40s, diesels were rapidly taking over much of the system in America, with diesels showing up in steam turbines, which ultimately sealed their fate. And it is very unlikely if railroad modelers could even make a model of this locomotive. I mean, they did make the railroad model of the PRR S2 and the Chesapeake, Ohio M1, but the Norfolk Western John Henry and the Union Pacific steam turbines, that I don't know about. That if they ever built them in railroad model. So anyways, like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.